What are you doing? You making biscuits? You're always making biscuits. Hi guys, it's Crystal in all my sick glory, coming at you with some spring cherry blossom nails, because I'm trying to lighten up my mood and my day and everything right now. To start this mani off, I'm using my Ready for Takeoff Peel Off Base Coat from Untitled Nail Lacquer. I'm wearing this for a day at work, and then it's probably going to come off for just a plain color until I go to do my next swatches or a tutorial, because unfortunately I'm not going to have time to do any Easter manis. For the base color on this, we're using Sizzling Sky from Beyond the Nail. This is part of their new soft neon collection that I just swatched. It's 4 pastel neon shades and it's really pretty. This is the one I said is like a perfect background for any kind of spring flower mani design. It's so beautiful. I did this design actually when I was swatching those. Unfortunately, at that point, I did not film a video for it, and I realized I should have, because I liked them better with how they turned out the first time than how they did now while filming this. Which I feel like is something that happens to us all. If you recreate any of your own designs, you're always going to have liked the original better. It's like, I don't know what it is, but it's just always the case with me. To protect my cuticles, I'm using my Simply Peel Latex Barrier from Bliss. I've been obsessed with using this lately just because it has glitter in it. I've realized that that is what has drawn me to it again, is that it sparkles once it's dry, which is a really stupid reason to use something, but I'm oddly okay with it. For the stamping image, I'm using my B17 Spring Elation plate from What's Up Nails and the little cherry blossom image on it. And for the actual stamping polish, I'm using Vibin from Twinkledt. I have so many Twinkledt stamping polishes and backups of my faves, it's not even funny. For my stamper, I'm using my extra large stainless steel stamper from Twinkledt that I actually have a backup and a backup for the backup of. I've realized that I am a nail polish supply hoarder, and it's probably a flaw, but I'm seeing it as a plus right now. Once I pick up this image, I'm going in with just regular desk tape and I'm pulling off the excess, because I only wanted to use half the image, which this image is actually designed to where you can do that super easily. I didn't want it to be really overwhelming with too many flowers or too much going on. I still wanted a lot of that background color to come through and be really pretty. So I just went with half of it, and it's perfect. The image is designed pretty much so it can be used that way. For the pink, I'm using Blazing Blush from Beyond the Nail. This is also part of that soft neon collection. And to actually sit this down and pick it up, I'm using my Glamour Mat from Twinkled and my Crystal Dotting Tool Set from Twinkled. I've been using this Glamour Mat more and more lately when I do stuff like this, like reverse stamping or anything, because I'm too lazy to clean up all the little index cards. I was about to say cardstock, but I use index cards. I will have index cards all over my table with these dots of paint on them and smears of polish and all this stuff just stacked up, and I never clean them up until they get like hazardously in the way. With the Glamour Mat, I've started just popping the polish out when I'm done with it and throwing it away, and it's a lot easier, and I found that I'm able to keep my workspace a lot neater doing this than with all the index cards and the mess I was making before. I'm coloring in just the main flowers on this design. I decided not to do all the little other ones, like the little petals that are flying off in the wind like something out of Pocahontas, because I just wanted to do the flowers and I liked how it looked. I tested it both ways, stamped on a swatch stick, and I like this way better than filling everything in. I felt like filling everything in. I don't know. It made it look weird to me. I didn't like it as much as this. So I just colored them in this way. Once I get them all colored in, I like to flip my stamper head over and make sure the image is nice and clear. But I go so slow coloring things in. This is sped up to like 1.5 times what it is. So imagine how slow I was actually doing this. See, here I am flipping it over, checking it out, making sure everything's colored in. You can see how far this image is up on the side of the stamper. If you really want to center your image for this, you can by just putting the stamper down differently on the stamping plate when you know you're pulling that other half off, but I wasn't that concerned. Next, I'm going to go with my top coat from Glisten and Glow, and I'm going to put this on a makeup sponge. I use this one reverse stamping because it keeps my design from wrinkling, and it's honestly been the best technique I've found for reverse stamping. I know a lot of people use yellow stopper, but I can't stand the smell of yellow stopper. And other people will just put their top coat on and wait for it to get tacky and then stamp on it. But I've always screwed up my design that way, so I'm not doing that. I'm going to do what works best, and my spongy is what works best. Once I've sponged that on, I'm just going to stamp it down real smooshily. I was going to say gently, but nothing about that was gentle. I was very rough with this design. I'm terrible, okay? Next, I'm going to use my stainless steel cuticle pusher from Twinkledt. This is actually for trimming your cuticles and pushing them up after you shower and stuff. But I don't exactly use it for that most of the time. I do use it to push my cuticles up when I clean off my nails, but most of the time I use this when I'm reverse stamping to cut off those edges so I don't have to do as much cleanup. See how great it is that you don't have all that cleanup? For what little cleanup I do have, I went with my number 2 cleanup brush from Twinkledt. It honestly wasn't much. I had to clean up some of the edges. There were a few tendrils of black polish, and it came off real easy and great. And then I went in with a layer of top coat from Glisten and Glow. You can see I'm going heavy on this top coat, and I'm floating it over the stamping polish because I had kind of forgot that Glisten and Glow's top coat melts the Vibe stamping polish from Twinkledt, and I didn't want to streak the design. For the final thing, I decided I didn't like it shiny, and I went in with my matte top coat from Glisten and Glow. And when you go with your matte top coats, I see so many people complaining that there are cracks around the edges when they use a matte top coat. You have to cover every bit of the design and every bit of any other top coat you put on there. Because if you don't, the matte top coat does shrink and separate and will pull up the edges. If you cover everything though, it all shrinks uniformly and you don't even notice it. You won't even notice any space or anything else. And here you can see I've got that final matte look, and it's gorgeous and springy and fun-ish. I say ish because I don't know. Spring's not here yet. We went from winter to nasty mud hole because Missouri doesn't know what it's doing with its life and needs to get itself together. It's really upsetting me. I would just like some sunshine every now and then. But apparently we don't deserve sunshine here. So whatever. Everything used is going to be linked in the description box like it always is. I hope you enjoyed this. As usual, if you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Hit my subscribe button for more fun stuff and tutorials and my general level of insanity. And I will see you guys next time.